All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The main event here. So I'm gonna do this tier list. I just want to get a couple things off. BDSP stuff is still gonna be around. It's coming. I actually have a team all just about ready. I just need some hard scales to finish off a Pokemon. And then I'll record some battles with it. That was gonna be the plan today, but I don't have the hard scales, so the team's not finished. So instead, we're gonna do this tier list here with the restricteds because they all kind of change a bit with the double restricted format series 12 rules, right? So stuff that was, okay before might be better, might be worse, depending on how things go, right? So I'm just gonna do it based on what's here. If there's some missing, my bad. I'm starting with Mewtwo. Now Mewtwo, I don't know if it really gets much. It's fast and it hits hard, but just looking at like the issue with Mewtwo before is that even though it's fast and hits hard, um, it wasn't as fast or as hard hitting as something like a Calyrex or like a Zacian, and it's like one restricted format. Opportunity cost is huge, and it also wasn't bulky. Like you could deal with Mewtwo pretty well. Like it's not a bad Pokemon, just like compared to the other restricted, it's just not going to be as useful. Um, Lugia, Lugia. I'm so confused on because I like Lugia and I want to put it in B, but like the stuff that's going to be in B is going to be hard to top. So I'm going to put it in C for now. Um, I do think that because of the fact that you get another restricted, and that restricted can also basically take some attention away from Lugia, gives us some time to set up like the Combine Lugia sets. But I'm gonna try to revisit that. Ho-Oh, I want to put in A as well, but I'm putting in B for now just because I don't want to overrate anything too much. But Ho-Oh is really good. It's always been good. It's gonna be good still. I think Ho-Oh is, even though it's good in max, it's better out of max. So the fact that you can max something else is good for Ho-Oh. And Sacred Fire burns and having bulk could be nice, actually. And then with the influx of Sun teams, this could be really, really useful. I think I'm gonna try to bump it up for now. Just based on where I think things are going, I actually think it's gonna be good because, like, I think because Zacian's gonna be everywhere, and Zacian can't really hit Ho-Oh, but you can like burn Zacian or Oko it in some cases. Um, you can probably live most attacks or most of these things. I'll put it here for now, and we'll see. Kyogre is just gonna be a beast. Like Kyogre is your lead and just blowing things up, or in the back blowing things up while your other restricted does its job, is just going to be absolutely nuts. It was nuts before; it's gonna be even better now. Usually in restricted formats, Kyogre and Groudon tend to be like really good because they cover for weaknesses of other mines really great. And they even cover for each other really well, right? This is weak to grass. This one's weak to grass too, but like, set up the sun, have your fire type, deal with the grass type, etc. There's ways around that. But they're both going to be awesome. Spread damage, like I said, just absolutely nuking things, letting your other restricted clean up. Because weather is going to be so good, I think that Rayquaza gets a bit of a bump. Maybe not that high. But I might revisit that because like the ability to deal with weather is going to be good, right? And the last time, well, not the last time, but like in Worlds, we've seen like Groudon and Rayquaza teams, Groudon and Kyogre teams lose to Rayquaza teams, right? So that's something that could be very, very cool to watch out for. But we'll revisit that as well. I know I'm saying I'm going to revisit a lot of stuff, but this is how it goes sometimes, man. Dialga, I'll put it in B for now. Bulky but slow, but like the thing with Dialga, Dialga actually might get a bit of a nerf because Dialga's thing was that it was very, very bulky weakness policy stuff. You could like take hits, right? The issue is that like in double restricted formats, you get enough damage out of your two restricteds to deal with something like Dialga, right? So you can take care of it even like with the weakness policy setup or before it gets into Trick Room. You can take care of Dialga much easier than you normally would be able to. So I might have to. I hate to do it, but I might have to drop that one. I think Palkia goes up to A though. Palkia does really well next to some of this stuff. Now I probably should be talking about some like pairs you could do with these things, but like, so Palkia gets a big buff from being able to pair with stuff like Zacian. Everything is good to pair with Zacian, right? But like Palkia specifically, because one, like Zacian can help deal with those dragon types that you don't want to really deal with too much with Palkia. Um, Max Geyser sets up the rain and protect it. It's just an overall really good pairing. Um, you can pair it with other steel types as well, and you can get you like a little dragon steel like rain team thing going on. It's actually really really strong. It deals with like Kyogre and Groudon really well. You can deal with like so many other restricted. So like that's why it's just so good, right? Because it pairs well with good stuff and it takes care of other pairs as well. Um, I don't know if these get any kind of buffer from here. I'm gonna put them both in C for now. I don't think they do much for anything. I'm gonna put this in B because like I think it's better than these. Um, but just not as good as the stuff above it. It'll be good. Like, you know, Fire Dragon is a good typing in my opinion. You can throw it on the, you can pair it with a Groudon if you want to get extra damage. If you want to cover the weaknesses that it has, you can pair it with something else. You know, like a Calyrex because it doesn't deal with ground types really well or rock types really well, but Calyrex does. Kyurem stuff, but I don't know if you want to have like I don't know if you want to have Reshiram and base Kyurem on your team. That's not going to be very strong. But that can go there. This one can go here as well. Their damage output is solid, their speed is okay, bulk is okay, and like your opportunity cost isn't as high, I should say, because you have the second restricted. But like these aren't gonna be like phenomenal, but they'll be good. But they'll definitely be better than these. I do think that the Kyurem forms do go up here in A. I think they become much better with the fact that you can get two, right? Because their weaknesses, I actually had them pulled up because they were really interesting to me. So the issue with them before, right? Base 95 speed is not like terrible, but it's not like blazing speed, right? And the issue is that you have weaknesses to fighting, dragon, rock, steel, and fairy. But like if you can get your attacks off, even like whether it's with the attack version, I think White's going to be a little bit better as a special attacker. But these weaknesses, fighting, steel, dragon, and rock, all get covered like by Zacian alone. So, and the Zacian can help do, like if you want to run like a max speed Zacian, you can do that because you can cover for your Slowmon and take out those big threats that threaten to Oko this. I do think, like I said, which one is the special attacker? The white. So if I had to like order these, I'd maybe do something like this. Yeah, but I knew though this was gonna be better than this one, but they both are gonna be better than all this stuff. Maybe I gotta revisit Rayquaza. This is poop. Don't ever use that when you have these two. Yeah, this just doesn't do enough for you. Xerneas is an interesting one, right? Because like Xerneas Groudon is like the thing, right? Of double restricted forbats. It's like the thing. It still has to deal with though like teams where like, you know, you have Dynamax steel types, which is really hard for Xerneas to deal with. But it's still better than all the things below it, right? So like I'm gonna put it like around here. Never mind the order. I just put these two because they're the best, but I have to revisit these. Take a shot every time I say revisit, right? But Xerneas will still be good because, like I said, like Geomancy in the back once Dynamax is over is gonna be like a huge threat. In my opinion, like I said, and it has to go into A just by nature of being better than everything below it. Yveltal, I think it's not quite S, but I feel like it's better than like this stuff, right? Maybe I should add an A+ tier. All right, we got that cleared up. Probably got a cut there. You ain't seen none of that. So I'm gonna change it because like I do think Yveltal will be better than that stuff. I think Palkia might be better than some of that stuff too. I'm actually gonna do this. So yeah, I'm gonna do something like this. You know what? Maybe even like that might be nice. I'm gonna revisit. But yeah, so these are S tiers. I do think these will be better than these, but these will be better than these, right? I think Yveltal will be just because like Yveltal can play such a strong supportive role, or it can be a max option to do like big damage with. But like those really boosted snarls, those sucker punches, those foul plays, You can put Tailwind on there. You can put Assault Vest. Like, there's so many things you can do with a Veltal. And it's so versatile that I think it definitely belongs higher than the stuff below it. But I do think, like, as a max option, stuff like this will be better to pair with other stuff. I'm actually gonna drop this back down. This thing I'm gonna put in the A tier. I played some games on Showdown. This thing, like, while you can still deal with it in the same ways you dealt with it before, like burning it, intimidating it, etc., those things are much harder to do when the game gets late and the other opponent's restricted, you know, did some damage to your mons. It's only 2 mons versus 2 mons left, and this thing comes out full health in the back with Power Construct not buffed yet, not procced yet, coiling up in your face, right? That thing is going to be really tough to deal with in late game situations. Much more so because the opponent can put it with something that deals heavy damage early and then finish the game off late. Similar to like Xerneas. You don't use this. You don't use this. This is still going to be very, very good. Is it going to be better than the stuff here? You know what? Because Intimidate is going to be around so much and this can't be intimidated, I think I'm going to put it in A+. It's like faster Metagross. Metagross is always good. And it still gets the buff that it gets from Dynamax. Dynamax is like what makes this thing really, really scary. Just because it's really bulky, great defensive typing for the most part. So that's going to be tough to deal with. You can still bulldoze it, weakness policy stuff. You can make it slow and bulky and trick room with it. It's very versatile. I think versatility is going to be really, really important in this format. I'm gonna put this one here. Just because like its best moves, like its best move is a really good ghost type move, but you can get good ghost type moves out of like Calyrex S, right? Its ability, Shadow Shield, is gonna be nice because you can take a hit, you can get Trick Room up, or you can just max this thing and make it hard to kill. So I do think it's gonna be good. I just think you get more faster out of like these mods. But you get a lot of stuff out of this. Necrozma, so I want to put it higher because like bias, because I love Necrozma. I'm gonna put it just in like A though. I think its ability to soak up hits, because its super effective damages doesn't do as much as they normally would, is gonna be good, right? Because the format is gonna be heavy hitting, so you're gonna need something that can take hits. And it's gonna be something like this. Yeah, it can be intimidated, but you can mitigate that with you know, its partner. You can pair it with something like, you know, Kyogre teams and just make it unkillable, like by fire, and just nuke stuff. You can nuke that Incineroar with the Kyogre, and keep the Necrozma. So I'm gonna put these in A. I think I like how the A looks. I don't have enough experience with this. I've seen people have success with it, but not as much as I've seen with the above stuff. So I'm gonna put it here for now. If that's wrong, you guys can tell me. If you guys disagree with anything on the list, let me know in the comments for sure. This is Poop. This is up here. You can like this is not in any order, so like don't mind Zacian's last because it's probably the best. But yeah, Zacian, you can pair. Basically, like if you want to like play with like your favorite restricted, just like have some fun, throw a Zacian next to it, and it'll help improve your chances of having success with that mon, because Zacian is just so good on its own. And now that you have like a really big heavy hitter that you can use as your max option, Zacian just becomes even better, right? I do think this gets a big buff. Is it better than the stuff underneath it? I'm gonna go out on a limb and put it up here for now. I do think that its ability to soak up hits does decent damage, gives you how, and the fact that its support power actually doesn't cost you a restricted, because the issue before was that it didn't do enough damage, and also if you pick this as your restricted, you basically forfeited your right to all these other mods. But with 2 in its support ability, I do think it makes it a little bit better. It could just be an A tier, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and give it the A+, because it's not as good as these, but I think it can give you a lot that these can't give you, and you could make it really offensive if you want, right? You know, you can go double dogs if you want. I'm gonna have to, you know, double glizzy. That's what that is. How does this one? I've never been a huge Xerneas fan. It hits hard, but like, and it's fast, but people don't ever put speed on it, so it's also kind of slow. I'm not gonna put it in B tier because it's better than this stuff. I'm putting A because it kind of does just play one way, right? You know, eat hits, be bulky, Dynamax cannon, flamethrower, right? But I don't like. I'm gonna put it, like I said, it goes in B because it's better than this. I could put an A minus, but now I'm doing too much. It's better than these things, but about as good as some of these. I think these give you a little bit more flexibility and opportunity, and it's definitely not as good as these. This thing, oh my gosh, is going to be nuts. I have a video actually coming out after this one, the day after. This is the video I have come out is Friday. So I played a best 3 with Bryce, and one of the first restricted setups I wanted to use was Kyogre Calyrex, right? But I didn't build that team in time, but he did, and that team is insane. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Oh my gosh, it's so tough. But like having this thing as your max restricted next to like you know Kyogre is your non-max, or even if it's Groudon is your non-max, or like this or if you want to play it like not that way and you want to have a Dynamax what's it called, Palkia. Like you can do so many different things with this. You can use it as your max option, you can use it as your non-max Dynamax, and it does so much damage either way. This one, so this is interesting, right? Because it's like this as a mon by itself is clearly better than all these, and it's better than just about all these here, right? But I'm gonna put in A+ for now instead of S. Because like the format is gonna be bulkier. And those like really quick Okos, I don't know if you're gonna get as many as you did before with this. Especially with just base Astral Barrage, right? You'd have to probably max it, but like you don't really want to max and give it the Astral Barrage stuff. So it's really hard to say. I think it'll be excellent. I just don't think it'll be as excellent as these four. And I think it'll be probably a little bit better than these, but not good enough to go into the next tier. But like it'll definitely be better than stuff like Kyurem, I think. That's actually debatable. We'll see. But I think, like I said, because the format becomes a little bit bulkier overall, the spread damage is a little bit less. And because the damage output from the opponent is going to be higher than usual, you can really knock this thing out quicker than you normally would. And this is poop. So that's my list. Let me know what you guys think of the list, whether you agree with the list, whether you disagree with the list. I'm here to hear all your opinions. I do think someone made a tier list where they paired up all of the restricted Pokemon. If you want to see me do that, let me know in the comments. I'll think about it. It's a lot of pairs, yo. It's a lot of pairs. But if enough people want it, I'll give it a shot. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Look out for a video at Friday with me and Mandy. Like I said, Man B. But because that game is going to be awesome. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out, and I'll see you guys next one.